What's up, Internet? Cory Zamier here, collecting with Cory. Been sick for about a week, so the collection videos have been on hold, but we're back. Please don't fall. PSP time. Alright guys, PSP. I've played some PSP games, oddly enough. I've played some. I shouldn't have said that, because looking at this stack, there's not many that I remember, but... Alright, first up here, going alphabetically of course, we have Armored Core Formula Front Extreme Battle. I think I got this one from Danny. He seemed to complete my Armored Core collection in like one package he sent me. Haven't had a chance to play this one. Complete, good shape. Ways to play Armored Core, who knows? I've never played this game, but, you know, handheld version, gonna be pretty cool. This is one of my more recent PSP pickups. Haven't had a chance to try it out. It's called Astonish a Story. Got this at a pawn shop for $5 or less or something like that. Finally got a decent case for it. Looks like an interesting RPG. Embark on an epic action RPG adventure. What I've played? Burnout Legends. This, I believe, is a mashup of some of the first two Burnout games. I don't remember exactly which ones. I know I've played a little bit of Burnout on the PS2, and when I played the PSP version, it felt like exactly the same game. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same course or something, but I'm pretty sure this is just kind of like a mashup of some of the Burnout games that they released on consoles. Let me know in the comments below. Fun game, very fun game. I wish it was a game I was playing with my friends back when it had first come out. Next up we have Brave Story, New Traveler. Interesting title that has the cover art horizontal rather than vertical. Looks like an action RPG. Oh, maybe not. Just a regular traditional RPG. It's one of the things that PSP is really good for, is having RPGs on it. And this is before... With the Vita, I feel like the RPGs went ridiculously Japanese and over-the-top anime influenced, where they're just kind of coming out with an RPG every other week for a while there. Whereas the PSP, it was still like kind of in that PS1 vein, where if an RPG came out, it was kind of... I felt like it meant a little bit more, you know? Like when PS1 RPGs would come out, it was just like, oh man, Legend of Mana came out. Even if it's not something that you got into, it was just like, you look forward to trying it out. And that's how PS1 RPGs were for me. So PSP was very similar to that. And I think I'm just kind of rehashing what I was talking about in the Vita video, where it's just like, I feel like they're just flooding the market with JRPGs that are like not traditional RPGs, just like the quickest thing you could put together, a roguelike, the storybook ones were barely games, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it's really just kind of become flooded with the Vita. That's why I think PSP is definitely my favorite Sony handheld. This one I've actually never tried. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. I didn't get this when it first came out, even though I had a PSP. Probably would have enjoyed it. It's an action game though, and I probably would have preferred experiencing this story in more of a traditional RPG format. Crush. This one I think Alicia played a little bit of while we were camping, I think, or maybe right when we were testing out a PSP that we found. I think that was the game she tried. I got Dissidia Final Fantasy and Dissidia Duodecim. I know they just recently came out with a Dissidia game for the PS4 and maybe the Xbox One. I'm not really sure if it's on Xbox, but I feel like I heard very mixed reviews about these, and I've never actually tried them for myself. I feel like a lot of people wanted it to be kind of like a Smash Brothers type game, and it wasn't. But let me know in the comments below how you feel about these games, and especially how you feel about the one that came out for PS4 or Xbox that recently came out. I feel like it's kind of getting overshadowed by Monster Hunter Worlds, which just came out, and Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is very popular. Next up, we have a dual pack. The PSP had a few dual packs like this. This is the only one I actually have in my collection. This is Secret Agent Clank and Daxter. Next up, we have Dungeon Siege, Throne of Agony. If I have a little bit of nasaliness, like congestion, it's because I'm still getting over my cold. Pay attention here. Hidden gem on the system, in the sense that it's a really cheap way to play Mutant League Football. Generally, you need to drop about $20 or more to play Mutant League Football on the Genesis, and that's cart only. You can get this for about like $5 at any game store. They'll probably have it in stock, and it's going to be cheap. And you also get great EA games from back in the day, like Road Rash 1, 2, and 3, Syndicate, Haunting starring Poltergeist. That's another one I should mention. Not only do you get Mutant League Football for $5, Haunting starring Poltergeist, that's another one people are always looking for. And you also got the Wing Commander games, Bob, Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, Syndicate, Ultima the Blackgate, Virtual Pinball. Absolutely a great find. Probably the best value you can get on PSP. As you guys saw in my DS video, I do have a few imports, because this is one of the handhelds that was region free. This one I haven't played, actually. This is, once again, iShield 21, one of my favorite manga series about a Japanese school team playing American football. Really weird, but definitely something to check out. I don't know if it'll be as good as the PS or the DS game, where you're using a lot of touch controls to like get through the gaps and stuff like that, and run the ball and throw the ball, catch the ball, shit like that, tackle people. This next one I actually got from Carl as a gift for facilitating a deal with my friend Ted. Fat Princess, Fistful of Cake. Still sealed. Another one that's sealed, and this one I got from Square Enix online. Brand new sealed. I don't think it's rattling around loose, but original Final Fantasy. This was from one of their sales. Probably paid like $6 for it. Oh, the best game you can possibly play on the PSP. And that's after they changed the classic dialogue from the PS1 version to this Shakespearean, thou, you mustn't, thou, some, like, they talk like Shakespeare. I can't remember any specific lines, but in the PS1 version, they talk like regular people. Some of the translations were a little bit but in this, I don't like the way they retranslated this. Though you do get some really cool cutscenes with cel-shaded art. Next up, you have Genso Suikoden. I don't remember if this has a subtitle. This I basically picked up because I wanted to have a complete Suikoden, or Suikoden, depending on how you want to pronounce it, library. And to do that, I needed the PSP game, but it was only in Japanese, so imported it. Next up, we have Guilty Gear Judgment. I feel like I don't like the Guilty Gear games on handhelds. I feel like I've played this, and I know I played the one on the DS, and they weren't that good. Next up, we have Gunpei. I don't know how to play this. I tried testing a PSP I got recently with this game, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'd have to read the instruction manual or something. This one I feel like I didn't give enough love to when it came out. I got this for Christmas one year. It's Joan d'Arc. Or Joan d'Arc, Joan d'Arc, Joan of Arc. I don't know. It's basically Joan of Arc's story, but in a strategy RPG. Very cool. Great art style, and really deserves a better shake than I gave it. But I was really... When it comes to strategy RPGs, my bar is way up here and everything else kind of falls down here. And that's still a good game, but if it's not Final Fantasy Tactics, it's really hard for me to like it. Alright, we're back. A little bit of a coughing fit right there. Jesus Christ. Don't get sick. Especially when you don't really get any time off from work for it. This shit ain't worth it. Got Kingdom of Paradise, a little RPG that I have no idea anything about. Art style's kinda but it was very cheap, so I picked it up. This one I picked up, I also had it on the DS, but Danny was looking for a copy, so I ended up trading him the one for the DS that I had. So I have the one that is for the PSP. Don't know if this is the better version or not. It's Untitled Knights in the Nightmare. I feel like I'm showing the game and not reading the title or anything, or saying the title. I'm just showing it. Next up we have Loco Roco and Loco Roco 2. I've played a little bit of the second game, not the first one. Might be a little weird going back to it. It's a very cool game where you're using the, you're tilting the console with the R and L, and you're moving Loco Roco through the stages like that. And you could break them up into small little, you know, baby Loco Rocos to fit through spots. Very cool game. Recent pickup for me, Medieval Resurrection. Is the first medieval game ported to the PSP. And we got Mega Man Powered Up. Next up we have Maverick Hunter, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. Kind of has a similar but more grown-up art style to what they had for Mega Man Powered Up, if you can see in the back screenshots. Haven't played either game though. A game that I have in my collection that I'll probably never play, that I think I've picked up at least one other time recently because I didn't think I had it. Patapon and Patapon 3. I don't have Patapon 2 in my collection because the one that I picked up was a digital copy only, and I ended up getting rid of it. I used that case for a different game actually. Patapon I played a decent amount of back when I first got it, back when it first came out. Kind of an awkward game to play as a portable, because with a portable I'm usually like around people traveling somewhere, and I'm not really one to have like headphones with me, which you should really have if you're going to play a Patapon game, because the thing's just going Patapon, Patapon, like the entire time. And if you're hanging out with friends, that's kind of an awkward thing to just have going on. It's going to be fucking annoying for them if they don't know anything about the games. Next up, we have Namco Museum Battle Collection. I believe I got this at a thrift store for like $3. You got a lot of arcade classics. And I guess they updated a few so you can play them multiplayer. Oh man, I forgot I had these in my collection. Persona and Persona 2. Innocent Sin, and this one doesn't have a subtitle. I don't really know how, I'll have to look it up, how the Persona 2 games worked. I know on the PS1, we received like one of them. I think we received Eternal Punishment or something like that. But not the second half of the game, or we received the second half of the game but not the first half. Something weird like that. I'm not sure if this is both. I might want to read the fucking back of the game right here. The lost chapter of Persona arrives. With sleek enhancements and expanded content, Persona 2 makes its long-awaited debut in North America. That doesn't really tell me if this is the entirety of Persona 2, or if it's just the part that we didn't get in the first place. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Or I'll probably have looked it up myself by then. Phantasy Star Portable, game I got at GameStop for really cheap when they were getting rid of PSP games. The Bermuda Triangle. They pretty much released Phantom Brave on everything. I forgot I had this. Fucking forgot I had this. I keep thinking like, wow, I really want to get Power Stone for the Dreamcast. I have it on a portable. I can just play it there. It probably has both of them. Yeah, Power Stone and Power Stone 2. I'm set. Don't need it on the Dreamcast. I guess if I come across it. Don't know anything about this one. Puzzle Guzzle. Little puzzler. You know, I go through my entire day and I'm thinking like, wow, I feel really good. I can't wait to get back to like doing these collection videos. Second I get down here and start recording them, like I'm having so much trouble with how congested I am. So I really apologize for that, guys. I really thought I was better. And I really didn't want to do these videos while I was so sick because of that. I didn't want like half of my collection videos to be with me, you know, being energetic and into it, and the other half with me just going, R-Type Command, Sega Genesis Collection. So I really apologize for that. I really thought I was 100% better, but sitting here, it's obviously not the case. R-Type Command, a game that I recently got at the flea market on Atlas title. Played a little bit of R-Type in the past, not this version. Sega Genesis Collection, very... Ooh. I don't know, maybe this one is giving EA Replay a run for its money as far as the best compilation on the PSP. Got Alex Kidd and Enchanted Castle, Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog, Comic Zone, Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi, Virtua Fighter 2. That's weird to be on here because it looks like a 2D fighting game, and that's not what Virtua Fighter was. But anyway, Kid Chameleon, Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4. Really good way to play them, I guess, if you're looking to play them on a portable. Space Invaders Extreme, Taito game. Absolutely love this game. Played it quite a bit when it came out. I think it's also available on the Nintendo DS. I think the PSP version was better though. Classic games, we got Star Ocean and Star Ocean First Departure and Star Ocean Second Evolution. Just really love how the two games make a world right there. I think I played a little bit of this one on the PSP. And Second Evolution I played on the PS1. I don't think I finished either of the games though. Game I did finish, Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. Had this on the PS1 back in the day. And I believe it's actually a little bit better here. I don't have it on the PS1 anymore, but if you have it on a handheld, that's the best way to play it in my opinion. That's just the way I game. And we have Untold Legends, Brotherhood of the Blade. Little Diablo hack and slash kind of looking thing. I feel like anytime I see like that isometric overhead perspective, I just think of Diablo. Even if it's not like something like Diablo, that's what I think of. We got Valhalla Knights 2. I think I picked that up because I had Valhalla Knights on the Wii. I don't know if I still do. I don't know if I held on to that. Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. Never got into Valkyrie Profile, never got a chance to play them. I believe the first one was super expensive, like even right after it came out for the PS1, so I never got a chance to pick it up. Wild Arms XF. Little strategy RPG Wild Arms game. Brought it with me on a camping trip and just never got around to playing it. Wipeout Pulse. Wipeout Pure. Surprised the PSP got 2 Wipeout games in a row. Worms Open Warfare. And Yggdrasil Union. We'll Never Fight Alone. It's funny, that subtitle reminds me of Tactics Ogre, Let Us Cling Together. But that's going to do it for my PSP collection. oddly enough, I think when I was brainstorming what game I would like to get for the PSP, I was thinking I didn't have the second Persona 2 game, or the second game in the Persona series, Persona 2. So I'm really kind of stumped at what I'm looking for. RPGs, realistically. But that's going to do it for my PSP collection. Like the video. Let me know what games I should pick up for the PSP. They're usually pretty cheap, unless they're RPGs, then maybe harder to find, whatever. But like the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, keep it real, Internet, and stay healthy out there. Don't get sick.